If you're Brett's mother, viewer discretion is advised.
But wait! There's more!
I can't take it anymore! I just want to die!
Welcome back to Comment Section Live. Stoked to have you here. I hope everybody's week is going well. I just wanted to do another thank you for... I can't even... It's so ridiculous. We hit 1 million subscribers. Which is still absolutely insane. We did that in less than 5 months. And I say we because I have actually gotten to know some of you in like a weird online way. And, you know, I feel like we interact all the time and it's super cool. And just thank you for being here and spending, you know, part of your day with me. I hope you guys like the merch. That was super fun and excited to keep going. Oh my God. I opened up Twitter and obviously we all know that Pete Davidson and Kim K broke up last week.
Oh no. Anyway.
But this headline of Martha Stewart just responds to the rumors that she's dating Pete Davidson. I think we all saw the memes of, you know, like, oh, what old lady, not old lady, but like who is, you know, Pete going to date next that's, you know, 15 years older than her? Him.
Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Martha Stewart was not somebody that I was expecting. But I guess here we are. So here, this is where it all came from. I just have to, you guys know I love talking about Pete Davidson, so we had to do it. Okay, so here it is. Somebody said, we should have seen this coming. And it is Pete Davidson holding hands with Martha Stewart while he was still with Kim K. First of all, Kim K looks like a demon in this thing. First of all, her hair looks wet. She looks like she just got out of the shower, and she looks like an alien.
Tell us how you really feel.
Like, the woman's hot, but that's a scary look. And so Martha goes against basically all social media rules and decides to address these rumors. Martha, don't feed into that. I actually am fine with her feeding into it because it means that I get things to talk about. Martha apparently loves skinny little potheads. Like, that seems to be the trend. I'm not going to hate her for it because everybody's got a type, but apparently this is Martha's. Okay, so here we go. I'm back to this. In an interview with Daily Mail, Martha gushes about her close relationship with Pete, but puts down the rumors immediately. Pete Davidson is like the son I never had. He is a charming boy who is finding his way. I don't really know if I would describe Pete Davidson as charming. I think my usual term for him is wet cigarette man. But here's the thing. I have to be honest. When he first started on SNL, I liked him. I will admit that I thought that he was cute.
Everything I know is a lie!
And I thought that he was funny, and it was before he became like a basement pothead covered with tattoos, seems depressed and whatever all the time. And I thought that I had hope that he was going to be like this emerging star, you know, on SNL. Obviously, that did not really go well. Now he's kind of like some weird cult, social media, whatever. I don't know. He kind of moved from being a comedian to just being like a personality in a way. But I will say, I had hopes. And at that point, 7 years ago, because he had a 7-year-long contract with SNL, I would have also said that he was a charming boy who was finding his way. At this point, I'm like, dude, you're a man who needs to like work on your posture and like figure it out. Anyway, that's my hot take. But maybe he just needs a little love from Martha to pull it all together. My God, imagine... I would kill for this. Imagine Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg, and Pete Davidson all smoking weed. Add Joe Rogan to the mix. Actually, no, Joe Rogan is way too good for that. That would be like a hot mess.
I mean, that's just true right there. That's just historical fact, man. Can't even argue that.
I don't really know what he's going to do. Apparently, he's shooting a rom-com right now. That's a thing, guys. He is doing a rom-com with, who was it? I think I pulled it up. Kelly? Who's the girl from, oh, God. I think it's Big Bang Theory. Kelly Cuckoo? Do you know, Bobby?
Cuoco?
It was like so delicate. Like, hello.
I'm not entirely sure.
But something like that.
Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed.
But I think she is in it with him. Anyway, he has a rom-com and he's doing that in Australia, which is apparently the reason he broke up with Kim. That's kind of a baller move, though, to break up with Kim Kardashian. I give him that. Like, I don't think there are many men that once they got with Kim Kardashian, they would be like, oh, sure, I'm, like, happy to give that up. So anyway, good for him, I guess. Where is this person from? Do we know? Hold on. What is this? They have some kind of accent. I'm not really sure.
A few moments later.
Australian rugby.
Austria. Okay.
Just...
But it is interesting because America is the furthest along in all of this, you know, gender ideology crap.
America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah!
The Netherlands, you know, those countries, they are starting to ban a lot of these like hormone therapies and gender surgeries, especially with young people. And they're, you know, pushing therapy and talk therapy, that sort of thing, before taking these huge medical steps, wherein in the United States, we are now seeing children's hospitals promoting hysterectomies. So maybe there's a difference there, which is just, I don't know. I just had to put that out there.
You know, I think some people take it as almost like you're saying you're an alien just because you're not fitting into the social norm of being male or female. To those listening, or to those...
It's not a social norm. It's science. Because you don't fit into a box. No, there are boxes, and you fit into them.
What's in the box?
There is a binary. Just saying. I watched a TikTok this morning of this teacher who was so proud of her students realizing that some people just don't have a gender. And she was like, my 8-year-olds, they just know that I'm genderless. I was like, my God.
Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
Like, this is so... It's so concerning. It's like, it's the most basic tenets of biology. So, yes, ma'am, sir, there is a binary, and you must fit in one of the male-female boxes. Just saying. Ben says, God, these people just love to talk about themselves, don't they? They really do. They do. It's all about their journey and their whatever and how they're all victims and everything. Everything is about them, and it is attack on them, an attack on them. It is an attack on them by an oppressive system. That's the usual one. Because they can never pinpoint what actually is happening because they're not actually facing real oppression. It's like the modern day feminists.
Ah, boy, here we go.
Where they're going like, oh, like I'm oppressed. It's like, who is oppressing you? The system. Like, give me one example. And they say, like, the wage gap. And I'm like, well, ma'am, you're choosing to be a teacher. Like, there's your wage gap. I guarantee the chemistry teacher down the hall who is a man is making the same amount as you are. That kind of thing. Is this Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for Adults where we all play pretend? Basically, I did, especially with women. I talked about this yesterday in a video about the guy who was rushing at Alabama. Rushing, like, trying to get into a sorority, and was so heartbroken that all of these Alabama sororities were like, no, you're a man.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
And this guy was not even trying to transition. That's the thing. It was not a transgender person. It was just a guy who still goes by a man's name who just started to wear dresses a few months ago and decided he wanted to be part of a sisterhood. It's like, bro, doesn't really work that way. Go join a co-ed, go join a frat. I don't really care. Get some female friends. But going back to the whole, like, where we all play pretend, one thing that I pointed out is that womanhood, as we are putting in all of these people who are, you know, you're a man that wants to wear a dress, you're a drag queen, you're a whatever, you are a biological man who's now identifying as a woman, whatever. Womanhood has become about playing dress up. And it's all pretend.
Fugazi, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist.
And we have basically been reduced and boiled down to this kind of costume art. And I think it even goes for, like, biological, straight, whatever women, where I even feel not less than or ridiculous, but if I go out, like, wearing a t-shirt and jeans and, like, not a lot of makeup on, and I see these girls that are, like, Botox to the nines, dyeing their hair 15 different colors, trying to dress up as, like, insane as possible, almost matching the level of drag queens. And it's like, in this culture where everybody thinks that you can just cut your hair in a certain way, apparently go buy some different pronouns, and then suddenly you are a gender. It's like, no, it truly does not work that way. There's my rant on modern day womanhood.
Gonna need a sensu for that one.
Whether we like it or not, the trauma that we go through as children, and this is such a leftist talking point in a way, talking about like trauma and that sort of thing. And I don't think it should be, because everybody in their life has dealt with crap. We've all been handed cards that we wish we never had to deal with. We can't always control the situations in our life. But where I think I differ from a lot of people who are, you know, more on the left side of things, who want to talk, who kind of dominate the conversation about mental health and that sort of thing, is that there comes a point where that trauma can't be an excuse anymore.
How do I reach these kids?
It doesn't mean that you forget about it and you move on from it and you stop recognizing it, but you use it as some kind of, ammunition and power to grow, to be better. And at some point you have to take accountability and say, yes, this is part of my life. I'm going to use this and do something good. I'm going to use this, become a better person, so I don't pass this along to my kids, so I don't wreak havoc on my family and the world around me. Because at some point, it's just going to be crippling to you. And I've dealt with that firsthand. I've seen it in my family. If you guys have followed me for a while, you've probably seen on streams I've talked about, my family and my brother, and a lot of the things that we've gone through. And there was so much crap in my life that I've had people say when they end up hearing like all of the different, situations with my family, and they go like, how are you a normal functioning person? And then on top of that, being like a kid in Hollywood.
Key to success in this racket is this little baby right here. It's called cocaine.
In some other timeline, had I had a different mother, had I had a different upbringing, had I had a different foundation, I could be royally messed up. But there comes a time when you have to say, I'm going to change the narrative. I'm going to break the cycle. And I'm very proud to say that I think I have when it comes to my family. So that would be my message on that kind of thing. $100 says Colin Kaepernick is the next trans athlete. My God. Listen, the man has he blew up his own football career for activism, rode that wave, got his little Netflix documentary, equated football to the football draft to the slave trade. And now, after years off, and he wasn't even that good to begin with, he's trying to get back in, and he's doing all of these training things, and apparently his, workouts are not great. So this person is kind of spot on, because if it doesn't work out for him, he's going to have to find something else to bitch about and gripe about, and maybe that will be him becoming a woman.
But what does that have to do with anything?
No. He's got a point.
And then just watch. One of these woke teams is going to go, sure, come on, we love the first female football player. Thank you so much for Cooper Out of Context. Guys, if you are not following that channel, they also have a Twitter account. Or no, do you guys have Twitter? No, there's a Daily Wire Out of Context. But I'm not sure if you guys are on Twitter. But the YouTube channel is very funny. Screwed Up, I also have to give a shout out to him as well. He always does very fun meme edits. So if you guys are into that sort of thing, those are two channels that do fun things with my content.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
And I always appreciate that. It's very fun to see you guys what you find interesting in my lives and my videos. Thanks so much, James. Appreciate you being here. Can you ask Jeremy to open up the stores worldwide? It is only limited to US. I know. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what we can do, but yes, right now, as it stands, the merch is it can only ship in the United States.
Nothing for you.
Hopefully in the future can figure out how to rectify that, because we are going to be doing different merch lines, and I have a pretty big international audience, so I want to make sure that if you guys want that kind of stuff, you can get it. I would be in our LA apartment, and I would be auditioning for TV shows, and my mom would have to pull them up on YouTube so I could see what they were, and I would have no idea, because I would never seen it before. I remember auditioning for Criminal Minds once, had no idea that was actually a show.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the I'm talking about.
So it truly was. It just came from a love of stories and being an emotional outlet for me. It's kind of a weird, circumstance, but I think it ended up serving me well, because I never compared myself to the people that I saw on screen. I wasn't trying to be like any certain actress. And I didn't really have my sights set on I want to be like this or whatever. It was just me being Brett, having a good time, which is kind of all you can hope for in a career. Daily Wire DM'd me. That is how I ended up here. This will be my last story, and then I've got to get off of here. But I opened up my phone. I was working as a copywriter and a marketing strategist at Young Americans for Liberty, which is a fantastic organization. It's the former Ron Paul organization. And I was working with them, and I got this DM from the Daily Wire account saying, hey, we've seen your stuff, and we would love to talk with you about doing a show. And I was like, you've got to be, like, kidding me. Like, this is not real. They're trolling me. I had 4,000 followers, literally. And I had just been tagged in PragerU things and had sort of done some of my own videos, but nothing big at all. I was not even known from acting, really, because I hadn't been acting a lot in the last few years. I was living in Boise, Idaho. And I did nothing about the DM. I responded, I gave my email, and I was so freaked out because I had just moved to Boise. I had just gotten a new house. I was working at this new job at an organization that I really, really cared deeply about. I was close to my mom, and I did not even want to submit the video of me react. They had sent me a few different things to react to see like how I would do on camera. And then I had a meeting with like Kobe and Gracie. You guys have seen them on camera. To kind of talk through this before they offered me the job. And I spent like 2 weeks and I didn't do anything about it because I was so freaked out, and I was going, I can't take this risk. I can't take the leap. Like, I just left LA. I'm finally settled. I was exhausted. I think I just spread myself way too thin. I felt like I was at my wit's end. I had taken too many risks and I just wanted to slow down. And my mom called me over to her house and she was like, I don't know what crap you're working through, but she was like, get over it. You need to like pull it together, deal with it, and submit this because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I don't care if you are uncomfortable right now, but you can't turn down things because you are nervous about, like, how am I logistically going to make this happen? If you feel passionately enough about something, if you feel like this is a big enough opportunity, figure out how to make it work. And so, because Diane told me to do it, I did. And obviously it worked out for the best. But I was at such an emotional state where I didn't think that I was capable of doing this. And I was going to get in my own head, get in my own way. So there's your anecdote about what I would tell my 18-year-old self, how I ended up here. And this is all like nothing that I'm an expert on. I do feel like I'm sort of an expert on being flexible in my life because I've just basically been whipped around for my entire 20 years. I've never really had a ton of stability. And so I'm good at that, but I'm still getting comfortable with taking risks. I'm still getting comfortable with understanding like when I need to stretch myself, when I need to like kind of revel in that discomfort, because it's all part of growing. And I think, obviously, I don't know if anybody really becomes an expert at that, but there's your motivational speech for the day. Jordan Peterson, who's that? Brett Cooper. Make a motivational reel out of that. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Love doing these streams, and I will see you all later.